Which got wrapped up with the press conference between Conor McGregor and Max Holloway, Paddy Pimblett, and Benoit Saint Denis. And what I have to say is it did not really affect my predictions for this fight. Max Holloway, I feel like he's a bit more professionally locked in. Conor McGregor, I really wanted to win. Don't get me wrong. It's good for the sport. It's good for everyone. But you can't say Max Holloway winning is bad for the sport overall. Just Conor McGregor is such a big name. Yeah, Conor McGregor looked focused. He didn't talk, smack in the way that you would think that he's a bit delusional, like he was with Dustin Poirier and everything. Kind of just feeling forced to sell the fight there. Here, it felt natural, which I really liked. A lot of the time you see press conferences where it's just forced FUs back and forth like Strickland and Hamza. Conor McGregor does it in a way where it doesn't feel forced, and you could tell that he's really in his element right now, and it just seems much better. I liked it a lot. They're wrong. When they faced off, I didn't really understand him having to smack Max Holloway's hand, take off his glasses, slam them out. There was no need for that. I don't know, like, it seemed a bit intense for no reason. And again, Conor McGregor, he talks smack the right way, which I really liked. He addressed that Max Holloway's already that he feels disrespected because Max Holloway wants the rematch in December already. Kind of implying that Max Holloway's kind of overlooking him in a way. I'm not saying he is overlooking him, but like just him saying that, it is disrespectful in a way. I guess you could see that, and you could tell Conor was offended by that, and he addressed it. He addressed a lot of things at this press conference. He also addressed his vocal range as he started singing with the crowd, which was nice to see. You don't see the crowd involved as much, ever, unless it's either Paddy Pimblett or Conor McGregor. You had both this press conference, and it was great. It was great. Benoit and Paddy, they don't dislike each other at all. You could tell they like each other fully. Max and Conor, they like each other. They do. Again, it's building, but you could tell there's tension in the areas where it is real. It's not fake tension. That's what you like to see. Like overall, it's sportsmanship, but they do have to talk smack to each other. They do have a bit of history, so there is smack to talk, which is good. Did it affect any of my predictions? I still think Paddy Pimblett beats Benoit Saint Denis. They're wrong. Benoit's classy. He's professional. He's good. He's on a streak, and he's been performing very well. I just think Paddy has that style that Benoit's going to have difficulty with. That's just me personally. I feel like when Benoit can't finish a guy within the first round, second round, he tends to rely on his grappling. Even after the first round, he tends to have to rely on his grappling to survive because of his poor cardio. I just feel like this is the fight for Paddy Pimblett to win. I feel like he has the grappling advantage, and I think that if the fight plays into the grappling, it's Paddy. It's Paddy all day, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's my prediction. Still, as for Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway, I'm not saying Conor is going to do horrible. I don't know what this narrative is that Conor is going to get finished in one. I don't believe that. I think that Conor does have a good chance here. It is at 170 pounds. I feel he has a good chance to go to the fourth and the fifth, maybe. He's still a very skilled individual, and if he's as locked in as ever, then yes. I want him to win because there could be a movie about him if he wins. Let's be real, like the comeback after 5 years. And it's the notorious one. The most famous fighter of all time. Whether you like it or not, you could be a fan of boxing and admit that Conor McGregor is the most famous fighter of all time. There is no doubt about that. And if he does win, then just wow. But yeah, Conor still has a way of winning in this fight. I'm not counting him fully out. I'm just saying activity often beats inactivity. Majority of the time. That's why I'm siding with him. But guys, comment down below. What are your predictions for this fight? And how did you feel about this press conference?